Hi gamers, I'm Plant, and welcome to the Random Potato YouTube channel, and I don't feel so good. Achoo! Much better. I changed my little PNG guy because honestly I hated editing with the last one, but that's not what's important here. We're here because I wanted to talk about my OCs. In case you're uninitiated, OC stands for Original Character, and boy howdy do I have a few of those. I have 38 actively spread across 6 stories. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about all of them. I'm here for one story in particular that I don't actually have a name for. But anyways, the TLDR of that story is that Taylor is the leader of a group of bounty hunters/pirates. Taylor has this pin thing she always wears and it's like super important to her. She loses it and shit goes bad. So to get into it right away, this is kind of an old ref for Taylor that I'm showing the speed paint for now. But she's kind of the main character, so I need to explain her lore before I can talk about the other characters. And by old, I mean it's from a little less than a year ago. So, like I said, Taylor's the main character. She's from a country called Taltoch, which is an island nation inspired by Indonesia. But here's the thing. She's actually a dragon. So in this universe, dragons are generally considered evil. They're not really. They're like people, so yeah, some of them are evil, but some are chill. But most humans are scared of them. So she's actually from an island called Nilanyu, to the south of the main continent this story takes place on. This is the Dragon Island. But Taylor was like Ariel, she wanted to be part of your world. So she enlisted the help of a person versed in making magical artifacts to make her one to become human. And that's the pin she always wears, or more specifically, it's the gem on the pin. Now, I'll be honest and say I haven't designed her dragon form because I'm bad at drawing dragons, but I will, eventually. Anyways, like I said, she's in need of a redesign because I want all these characters to have color theming and hers isn't as strong as I'd like. She's supposed to be purple themed, specifically a red purple, but I kinda abandoned that in this design, so anyways, this is Taylor and she's one of my favorite characters. On to the next. Up next is Olivia, Taylor's girlfriend. She's the potion maker / spellcaster / magic user of the group. This is a design that I am the least proud of. Honestly, I've never had a design that I liked for her. She's originally from a country called Fegwe, but it was recently colonized in the events of the story and is now part of the kingdom Huthawo. She's in support of the rebel Fegweje group, and probably used to fight for them. Just like she's never had a solid design, she's switched theme colors a lot. In my next redesign, I plan on making it a bluish purple, but here's her design for now. Like I said, I'm not super happy with it, but that's okay. I'll make a new one. It's inevitable. Third, we have Alex, another member of Taylor's group. They're the long-range weapon user. They're from Wakeo, which is inspired by Poland. They have a prosthetic arm, which was made by the same magical item specialist as Taylor's pin. Their red earring makes the prosthetic out of magic, but they don't wear it all the time because it drains their magic as a result. They lost their arm in a war, which I will explain if I ever make a world-building video. Please, 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 please. Their main theme color is red. So here it is. Next is Eric, Alex's boyfriend. He's the healer of the group. He's from the Ajfejeveje Empire, which is inspired by the Ghana Empire. His golden hair cuff is given to the Fejeveje healers and has the representation of a heart, as well as the words that translate to health and renew engraved in it. The red symbol in the middle of his clothes is also a representation of a heart. His main color is green. Healer whose main color is green. Shocking. And here he is. The final member of Taylor's group is Jordan. She's a mermaid. Unlike dragons, mermaids are revered and respected. Their scales can grant shape-shifting powers to the wielder. That's how she looks human. Jordan has a locket that contains one of her scales in case she wants to transform back. She's from the ocean. Mermaids and sirens, who will be talked about later, don't really have countries in the same way humans do. Mermaid culture is inspired by Japan, but her clothing is like that of the Ajfejeveje Empire because that's where she went on to land. I love her. She's so silly to me. Her main color is blue. Fork found in kitchen. Now we're on to the characters that I redesigned recently. I will hopefully have more to say about their designs because I just made them. First up is Riley, the leader. He's from Donwoyi, which is inspired by England in the 1780s-ish. The time period is more specific because it's a lot easier to find information on European cultures. And speaking of, I have to rant about that. I tried so hard to find anything on like a timeline of fashion from any of the other cultures I was basing these countries on, and would you guess it, the only ones I could find a timeline of was England! I love Eurocentrism! You could say it's because the language I'm searching in is English, but maybe? But I bet I could pretty easily find a fashion timeline for France or Spain or Italy. Anyways, rant over. Like I said, Riley is the leader of the villain posse. Each member of the posse is supposed to mirror a member of Taylor's group, both in role and design. Riley mirrors Taylor. This is why I keep bringing up color palette. Riley pretty clearly has a sort of red-purple as his main color with green as an accent. I tried to incorporate one accent color into each of their designs. For Riley, it's his green vest thing. Also, he's got little mutton chops, as in the facial hair, and I think that's kind of cute. Honestly, I wish I made the jacket a little longer or something because I'm not super happy with this design, but I've talked about it long enough, so here it is. Next up is Aubrey. She's secretly a thing, romantical style with Riley. She and Riley blackmail the other members of the group to keep them fighting with them, though she's sort of the head of the blackmail operation. You may have noticed the giant gaping mouth she has. This would be covered up for at least the beginning of the story and would be a reveal. I'm thinking a plague doctor mask to cover it up, but anyways, this mouth is because she's part of a fictional species that eats magic. Normally they're able to hide their monstrous mouth, but she was injured as a child and as a result isn't able to do so. She's from Donwoyi like Riley. She's the healer of the villain group, and as such, her main color is green, and she mirrors Eric. Here she is. She's probably my second favorite design of the bunch. I like her a lot. Next is Sharon. She mirrors Alex, so her main color is red. She's also from the same country as Alex. I really like her design as well. She's the oldest member of the cast and has a husband and children. She was separated from them years ago, and Riley claims to know where they are and will tell her if she helps him for a while. But this span of time keeps getting longer and longer. I like her a lot, but she's one of the least developed characters in this story. Second to last, finally, is Erin. I might change her name because it's really close to Eric, and that might get confusing, but for now, her name is Erin. She's from the Kingdom of Food, which is inspired by the Kushite Empire, and is a magician. In this universe, people born with excess amounts of magic have pointy ears. Very original, I know. She can't really control her magic without her wand, however, this is how Riley and Aubrey blackmail her. They, stole it. She parallels Olivia as the main magic user of their respective teams. As such, her main character is blue-purple. I'm not super happy with her outfit design. It's probably my least favorite of the bunch, but here it is. Lastly is Althea. She's probably my favorite design of the group, as well as one of my favorite characters of the bunch. She's a siren. Sirens are very similar to mermaids, but they don't naturally have scales, therefore they don't naturally have as much shape-shifting magic. Sirens can transform into humans on their own, but can't transform back without the assistance of a mermaid scale. Riley promises Althea a scale to let her go home, as, the blackmail. Sirens are inspired by India. She parallels Jordan, and her main color is blue. That's all for now. Let me know if you want more videos like this, please, please, please. I might make them regardless of what you say because I want to talk about my little guys. Also let me know if you want a world building video because by God, I love world building. I have so much for this story. I need to share it with someone. Anyways, see ya!